Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. This is Lindo Limbo here, and as promised, I am here with another video for you guys that's going to help you on your breastfeeding journey. So if you click on this video, it's because you feel like this is something that can help you guys out. But before we get into this video, if you are new to my channel, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and also make sure that you hit that post notification button so that you can be notified every time that I post a new video, okay? Now, let's hop into this video because I'm so excited for y'all to see these products, so let's go. So the first thing is going to be my number one thing that I have on my list for you guys are breast soothers. So with the breast soothers, they basically have these beads on the inside of them, and you can heat them up. And you can heat them up for about 20 to 30 seconds, not minutes, 20 to 30 seconds, and they'll get hot enough for you to put around your areola area. Like, you're going to put it around your breast pretty much and let it kind of just, it's going to soothe the milk down. That's basically what it's going to do for you all. And with those, the best thing about those is that you don't just have to heat them up. You can also freeze them. And when you freeze them, that can also help with your soothing. Another thing to help with your engorging is to just take a hot shower. And when you take those hot or warm showers, make sure that you're massaging your breasts, making sure that you massage it like in a round motion, in a circular motion. Just make sure that you're massaging them, because that's going to help the milk flow, and it's going to help for it to stop hurting as much and for it to just kind of soothe a little bit. Because when you go through those engorging moments at first, it's going to feel like your breasts are going to feel like hard as a rock, almost like it really isn't comfortable at all. So to help with that, just make sure that you massage it in the hot shower. And even if you do get this breast soothers, still make sure that when you take a hot shower, you're still massaging your breast, because that plus the breast soothers will really help you out. Another thing that you can use if you can't afford the breast soothers, because the breast soothers do range to about $9.84, so around about $10. So even if you can't get that, what you can do is some rice in a sock and heat that up. Granted, you're going to have to heat it up for more than 20-30 seconds. You're going to have to heat it up for at least a minute or a minute and a half. But you can still use that, and you still put it around your breast, and it'll still do the same thing for you that the breast soother would. With these breast soothers and with all the other products that I'm about to be showing you all, I'm going to give y'all the price range. It's not the exact price, but it will be an estimated price that I have for you all, so that you all can know kind of what you're looking for when you get ready to go purchase this thing, okay? So, next section. Okay, so now I'm about to get into what most of the people that have been watching my videos, what a lot of them have been complaining about and telling me about, which is the first thing that we're going to go on is milk supply, and the second thing is latching. But first, we're going to go on to shortage of milk supply, okay? So with milk supply, a lot of times it's a hit or miss sometimes, depending on how things are going. Like, for example, when I first started breastfeeding, my milk supply was like an overflow. Everything was like it was just so much milk, especially after the engorging was over with and everything. Like, it was a lot of milk. Like, I didn't have to worry about her not being full or anything like that, because it was a good supply of it. But after I got, I went and decided to do the birth control, which was the one that, the Nipple that's stuck in your arm. So because I got that, it does tend to do differently for different people, as far as like cycles go. And what a lot of breastfeeding moms don't realize is that your cycle can affect your milk supply sometimes. And I didn't know that until I talked to my doctor, well, my midwife. I talked to her about it, and she told me about that. So when your cycle starts back coming and coming back on and everything like that, that does kind of affect how your milk flow is going as well. So you have to kind of learn or figure out ways to kind of like tweak it so that you can still get that milk supply that you need. Because at that time, she was still getting fully breastfed, like no baby food or anything. Now she gets baby food. So even though my milk supply is back to where it needs to be, I don't worry as much as I used to, because I know that she's still going to get full because she has her baby food as well. But before baby food, she still was doing straight baby milk, like breast milk. So I was very concerned about that. So she told me, you know, just drink more water and you know, go back into more like fruits and stuff like that, and that should help out, which that did help out. Water is a key thing to your milk supply. Water, when you drink water, that helps your milk supply, that helps it come back, and it's healthier too, because you know your milk is pretty much, it's a lot of water within your milk as well. So you need to make sure that you keep a lot of water in your supply of breastfeeding things that you need for breastfeeding, for your breastfeeding kit, pretty much is what I need to be calling it, your breastfeeding kit. That needs to be one of the key things that you have in your breastfeeding kit, water, because you need to drink water. Like, I go through a case of water real quick a lot of times because I try to keep water in my system so that I can have milk for her, because it does help a whole lot. But if water and fruits and vegetables just aren't doing it, what you just aren't, it's just not what you, it's just not doing what you need to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not helping you out as much as you would like for it to. The next person that I went to was my mom. Now, my mom is a health food nut. Like, anything herbal or something that can help your body out, she got you, okay? So, my mom had me doing other things like drinking this product called Genesis, and drinking this product called Noni juice, and drinking this product called Aloe Vera juice, which I still drink, by the way, because it's only like $6. So I still drink aloe vera juice, and that helps me a lot too. But what she did give me that you can get if you cannot afford things like that, Genesis and stuff like that, was this other thing that came from the health food store, which is Fenugreek. Now, a lot of people nowadays, I see different brands and different websites, especially like on Facebook, how they post how they can just help you get your supply like that. Like, this celebrity could tell you that we help. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I tried it one time. One, it was nasty. That's number one. Because Fenugreek is strong. I'm not gonna lie to you all. Fenugreek is strong. But when you're taking just the pill, you don't have to worry about that aftertaste and how strong it is, because you're just going to swallow the pill and it's boom, bam, done. Now, with the product that I bought from a website, they have Fenugreek in their product as well, but they try to mix it like into like a chocolate type of chocolate bar or something like that. To each his own, whatever floats your boat. And it might work for some people, but for me, personally, just me telling you how it worked for me, it did not work. It did not help with my supply. If anything, it made me feel like it made my supply worse. Yeah, no, I didn't use it. But for you all, I would suggest using this Fenugreek pills, and you could get that from any health food supply store that you want to get that from, okay? But Fenugreek is good to use, and also water is good, and just eating right, like with fruits and vegetables and stuff, that's good for you too. Make sure that you are eating. That's the key thing too. Make sure that you are eating between feeds. You can't just like go without eating for hours and hours and hours, and then it's time for your baby to eat or feed off of you, and you're wondering why you don't have that much supply. Your milk supply comes from food that you eat. So with that being said, you have to make sure that you're getting yourself full meals, eat a full meal. Besides the fruits and vegetables that I'm telling you about, make sure that you're eating a full meal, sis. And with that, if you're doing that and you're taking your Fenugreek pill in the morning time and you're drinking water consistently, I feel like everything should work out for you, and everything should help with that. Because one thing is, it's one thing to start if you're slacking on how you're eating, it's one thing to start back eating how you should for your baby. That's going to help by itself. But if you add the Fenugreek pill to it as well in the morning time, and you're drinking water too throughout the day, and you're making sure that you're getting a lot of because you have to keep yourself hydrated so that your baby can get the milk that he or she needs. But for your milk supply, that is what I suggest. So let's go to the next section. So my next section is the latching issues that a lot of people was talking to me about, and that is one of the main reasons why I wanted to start this channel, because of latching issues, because I had latching issues, because everyone at some point in their life of breastfeeding have some type of latching issue at first, but they figure out a way to get it to work. I don't care what nobody say. Okay? If you never ever had an issue with latching, then comment down below so that I can know what you did, because that is awesome. Like, in all realness, that is awesome. Because with latching, you could come across with a lot of issues sometimes, and sometimes you don't know what to do, and sometimes you can figure out what to do if you have the right support, the right people to help you out, but that's never a guarantee all the time in life. So with that being said, the first thing that I have on my list for your latching issues are nipple shields. Now, nipple shields, you can actually get them in the Lansinoh brand or the Medela brand. The Lansinoh brand rounds from about $8 to $16. It depends on how many you're getting, pretty much. And the Medela brand is pretty much $9 even. That's exactly what it's gonna be. Me personally, I have the Medela brand, and I only have one that I could find actually, because I don't use these anymore. But this was my lifesaver. When if you haven't looked at my previous video, please go and look at it so that you can know my journey of how I came across wanting to even do this channel, and the journey and struggle that I went through at first with bringing my baby home and not having her latch on. Like, it's amazing. Like, it's amazing how things like this, simple things like this, can help. So as you all know, who already have seen my video, my previous video, my baby would not latch on when I came home. But I received these nipple shields, and these nipple shields were a godsend. With these nipple shields, it come in here. With the Lansinoh, with the Medela brand, two actually come in here. It actually comes with this yellow container that you could put them in after every use, so that helped out so much. But basically, you see this rubber around it, that's the part that sticks to you. So you're gonna, this is the nipple, so obviously your nipple is gonna go into this part right here. And when you put your nipple into this part, it has 4 holes, so your baby will still be getting the milk out. And this actually helps your baby practice latching, especially if your baby doesn't understand how exactly they need to latch onto your nipple. So this really helps out, because this is actually teaching them how to latch on while you're trying to get them to latch onto your actual nipple. So you will put it like so on your nipple. You probably can't see it now, but there we go. You will put it, and that's the rubber nipple right there. And your baby, and what you would do is you would latch your baby on the proper way that you would have latched her or him on if it was your actual nipple. Because no, it's not going to like, if you're already going through soreness issues, something like that, this will really help out, and I'm going to tell you how in just a second. But these are awesome if your baby cannot latch. I promise you, these are awesome. They're washable, and you can use them multiple times. I use this like the whole time that, like, I've never bought another one. This is what I've always, this is the original set, well, one of the original set that I used the whole time that she was not latching on. I never bought another one, and this one continuously was really good. As long as I washed it, you were able to use it multiple times with no issue. This was like amazing. Like, the way that she latched onto this, I was shook. Like, I could not believe it, because like I told you all in the previous video, like, she would not latch on at all, and out of nowhere this girl latches on to this, and I was able to breastfeed her like for that whole week with this, and after that she latched on to me. It's crazy. But yes, nipple shield. Now when they latch on, make sure they're not just latching on to the end of your nipple. So like, make sure they're not just latching on to this part right here, to that end part, because that can cause even more soreness than what you're already going to get from starting off with breastfeeding, and it can cause bleeding and a little bit of rippage of your tissue, of your skin tissue. So you don't want for them to do that, and you don't want for that bleeding to happen. So you're going to make sure that they're not on just that tip part, but that they're as far up here as you can get them, because the further up they get, the more on your areola you can get them, the better it'll be for you and for them. So you want to get them to cut their mouth to cover up as much as your areola area as possible. Not just be on your nipple part, not just be on this part, but also be covering up to the areola as well. That's what you want to happen. With that being said, next section. So the next thing I have for you guys is soreness and bleeding. Soreness or bleeding, soreness and bleeding, however you want to combine the two, okay? The ointment that I use, the soothing ointment that I use, it was actually the Lansinoh brand. And what they call it on the, if you go online and look for it, it's nipple cream. They basically call it nipple cream. But I use the Lansinoh brand. The Lansinoh brand ran at $8.12, so about $8.20, something like that. So like yeah, like $8.12 is what it is without taxes and everything. So that's the price that you'll be paying for that. With that Lansinoh nipple cream, that really helped me when I was going through soreness when I was breastfeeding her. Because whether you're latching your baby on correctly or not, you're going to go through soreness eventually, because your nipple or your breast, they're doing something that they haven't done, which is breastfeeding. And for me, as a brand new mom, I've never breastfed. So with that being said, you know, you're going to go through a sore period, because your breasts are getting used, or your nipples are getting used to the fact of having this little person on your breast like every 3 hours, or every 2 hours, or every hour, depending on how your baby eats. The ointment is very good for soreness. It's also good for bleeding, because I know that your nipples are going to be sore while going through the bleeding period too. Also, nipple shields are good during soreness, because in the nipple shields, remember I told you all that those range, for me it was $9. So the nipple shields are really good too when you're going through soreness, because you can use the nipple shields to give your nipples a break. Because a lot of times when you're going through soreness, you need to give your nipples a break, and so with that, you need to use the nipple shields. It's been plenty of times when I was going through the soreness, even when we got past the latching situation and she was latching, it still were moments when I had to use the nipple shield because of how sore I was sometimes from her eating off of me throughout the whole day. So a lot of times I'll be all right throughout the day, but at nighttime when I know she still wants to eat and stuff like that, I would go ahead and get my nipple shields ready, so that whenever she woke up or was ready to eat again, I would be able to go ahead and use my nipple shield for her to latch onto that instead of onto my nipple, to give my nipple a break for that night. And that worked out very well for me. Gel pads. Gel pads are also good for you. They range at like $7, $8, and they're really good too. Can't remember who got them for me, but when they got them for me, I was so happy for them. You can actually put them in the refrigerator, and when you take them out the refrigerator, it's a cloth part and a gel part. It's like two-sided. What you do is put the gel part onto your nipple, and you just let your nipple soothe with that. And at that point when I did that, I used it, and it was around time for her to eat when I used it, but my nipples were so sore, so I put those on, and instead I used some breast milk that I had stored, so I used that instead. But as far as the bleeding goes, if you're going through a point in your soreness where you're bleeding now, more than likely that's because of the way that either she's latching or either the way that you're taking her off from her latch. So when your baby is going through, when you're going through the bleeding during that, when you're going through bleeding on your nipples, the best combo that I could tell you to do would be, one, when you take your shower, make sure you let some warm water hit your nipples, because you already gonna probably be more than likely doing the massage thing anyway. So make sure you let some of that warm water hit your nipple. Put some of the Lansinoh ointment on. After you put the Lansinoh ointment on, when it's time for your baby to eat again, put the nipple shield on instead of letting your baby use your nipple. Use the nipple shield instead. And just continue to put that ointment on throughout the night, and continue to let your baby use the nipple shield instead of using your nipple. And that should that'll give your nipple a chance to heal, and also a chance for the soreness to kind of die down a little bit too. But more importantly is good so that your nipple can heal from the bleeding and everything. So make sure that you try that combo, and you'll come up with some good results from that, and let me know how the results came out for that. But that's the best combo for that. Now if you really want to get into and really go in with trying to heal your nipple and stuff like that from the bleeding or the rippage or anything that's going on, I would say warm shower again. Like I said, aloe vera gel or cream is very, very good. Use that. Then put the Lansinoh ointment on. Then let your baby use the nipple shield so that it can give your nipple a chance to heal. But I would continuously use the combo after the warm shower. I would continuously use the combo of aloe gel or cream and the Lansinoh ointment. That's what I would do. Those two things together. And that would be the best thing. I would do that. Then I would use the nipple shield throughout the rest of the time frame that I decided to use the ointment. However long you decide to use your ointment, that's how long you need to be using your nipple shield as well to help your nipple heal. So that's what you need to do with that. And once your nipple heals and everything is good, go back to letting your baby latch on to your nipple, and just make sure that you're practicing while you were using that nipple shield. Make sure that you were practicing a proper way for your baby to latch on, so that when you heal and you start using your nipple again, you'll be more familiar with the latching process that you need to do for your baby to do better with latching onto you and getting off of you, so that you don't go through that bleeding anymore. So try that out, sis, and let me know how that works out for you. And with that being said, next video. Okay, sis, well, those are all the products that I have, from engorging to milk supply to latching to soreness and bleeding. Those are all the products that I have for you. If I missed something and someone here knows even more products, then feel free to put it in the comments, because we're here to help each other out. But as far as for me, those are the products that I have for you guys, and I hope that those products will be more than helpful for you all. I hope that these products will help you with your journey on breastfeeding and latching and soreness. I hope that it will help you on all of that, because despite all of the things that we have to go through with breastfeeding, whether it's the soreness and everything, I promise you, it gets better, and it definitely gets easier, and you will not always go through soreness. Me, I don't go through soreness at all now. And you already know she's 8 months now. After being able to use these products, and after I use these products, especially the combination of the ointment and the nipple shield that I told you guys about, after using those and getting into the whole gist and getting into the whole process that I need to get into to be able to latch her on properly and doing the right positions for her and everything, I didn't go through soreness issues anymore. I didn't go through bleeding. So everything worked out after a while. So like I said, I promise you, it will get easier. It will get better. Don't give up. I am here to be your motivation person, your encouraging person, your pusher. Don't give up. You got this, okay? Don't give up. We are not quitters. We don't quit over here, okay? But the simple fact that you can even set a goal because you're so excited about how breastfeeding is going for you, I want for y'all to get to that point. That's where I want for y'all to get to. With that being said, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any more questions or anything that you want me to possibly do a video on, put a comment down below so that I can know, because I don't mind doing a video on it. If I have the answer for you, you best believe I'm going to give it to you. I'm not going to hold anything back. If I have the answer, you're going to get it. I promise you that. So make sure that you all like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. And remember that I will be posting once a week. I will be posting once a week. And I'm so excited once again to be going through this journey with you all. So y'all be blessed as always. Bye.